Hey!
All right. Well, what's going on, health insurance hustlers? As you know, this is the open enrollment power lunch series where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon, we're sharing as much valuable content as we can to help you prepare for the cash grab of the open enrollment season. So today I have an extra special guest. I'm really excited. She's not going to tell you a damn thing about selling health insurance, but she is going to train you up on some marketing tactics. And the best thing about these marketing tactics are they only cost how much is your typical Facebook post cost, Sandra?
$0.
$0. So anybody can do it. And that's what I love about Sandra is she's really providing so much value in the space. If you don't know who Sandra is, I'm going to give her a chance to introduce herself, but I will personally tell you and brag on her for a moment that she's giving an immense amount of value that anybody can take part in. And it doesn't matter whether you're selling health insurance, life insurance, if you're Joe Camper, you're selling PNC or Victor or any of those guys, any type of insurance. Hell, you could be selling freaking widgets, and what she is going to train you on could work for you. So without further ado, I'll let you go ahead and share a little bit about yourself, Sandra, for the audience that maybe doesn't know who you are.
Hey guys, Sandra Gebhardt. I'm from a small town in Roundup, Montana, and run this empire right here from my living room. Oh, technically,
Roundup.
Dining room.
Where the heck is Roundup, Montana?
We are sort of south central Montana. So it's a really small town. There's about 1,200 people in our whole county. We got the mountain men and all kinds of cool stuff happening over
real life
here.
Mountain men?
It's a small town. Yep. For sure.
Man, oh man. I actually just realized where Montana was about 10 minutes ago because somebody asked me if we have a product in Montana, and I had to look on a state map, and I'm like, where the heck is Montana? Oh, yeah, it's way the heck over there.
It's That's what awesome.
Happens. You got real life mountain men there, huh?
When I get on the other side of the Mississippi, same thing happens to me. So I was in Indianapolis this weekend, and I was like,
yeah, I was going to say, you've been traveling all over the world, though, so you're getting out of Montana left and right.
Yep, about once a month. So super excited to be here. I'm so excited for you. Today's the day, to go. It's so exciting.
Well, today's the day to go for Medicare. So it's
Medicare
is today. So that's the annual enrollment period. And so Medicare agents are not tuning into this most likely today because they are writing applications for the first time in a while. But the open enrollment period is actually for under 65 will be November 1st. So 11/1 all the way to January 15th this year. So, let's talk marketing, Sandra. I know, I know you know what you're doing. I know that everybody that's kind of taken part in your programs and things like that has come back with, like I said earlier, an immense amount of value. So, what is it that you think is kind of one of the strongest ways to start in this business? Like if you're going into open enrollment, if you're going into this open enrollment period and it's your first open enrollment, should you be posting like, hey guys, it's open enrollment, free quotes, or like, what should you do? Because I know you love that one.
Well, yes. So backing up just one step. So I do the shame on everybody. When you get into those enrollment periods, the first thing people do is they stop marketing. And I'm like, because you're clearly not looking for business right now, right?
Right.
So what we're going to do different on the health side, right? What we're going to do different is all the people in this group, all the people that follow you, that follow me, they're going to market every day.
Boom.
And they're not going to do, you guys, if you post something like, we're doing free quotes for the blah, 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 and you get blah, 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 and nobody understands health insurance, okay? Nobody thinks health insurance is sexy. I'm sorry, you guys. People aren't like, ooh, you know what I want today? I want a good steak and some health insurance, right?
I love it. I love it.
So it's our job as marketers, and you're all a marketer. All of you, your name, Brad Hannon, Sandra Gebhardt, Eric, everybody, your name is your personal brand as well. So you have to really flip that switch in your head and remember that people aren't buying insurance from, you know, Obamacare or all the different places. They're buying it from you. And what is really interesting, and it's like we don't really realize this, Brad, but the companies are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars to tell people that they can buy anything they want online, any insurance online. I can go buy health
Yep.
insurance online. And it's our job as agents to tell people, please don't do that because you
Right.
have no education in it, right? Like why can we buy it online? Like that in and of itself is
Right.
unsafe. It's the wrong choice for
For people that
everybody.
don't even know what a deductible is,
Yes.
or you know, a copay, or they don't know the difference between the two.
Exactly. I'm licensed in PNC. I'm licensed in life and health too, but that was just a formality. But I don't
Right.
even buy my own car insurance, you guys, online. I use an agent because I don't understand all the nuances between Safeco and Allstate and State
Which one
Farm.
do you
And
use, Joe Campert or David Campert,
it's
or
like
which Redwood agent do you use? Because I know it can only be a Redwood agent, right?
there's not a ton of agents licensed in Montana, so I got my guy.
Yeah, and you got the
Um,
town of 1,200 people, and Sandra knows every single one of them, every
yeah.
last one of them.
So it's important to realize that your consumer knows nothing. So don't talk to them like they do know something. Most of us don't understand the difference between, okay, so it's Obamacare, and then what's the actual name of it? The Affordable Health Care Act?
Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't know the difference between that, you guys. Sorry. Some
No,
people are
I
like,
believe it.
I don't want Obamacare. And I've talked to agents and they're like, so then I changed the verbiage to Affordable Care Act. And they're like, yeah, I'll take 2 of those. Right. So you have to assume we don't know anything. Okay.
That's great.
And telling those stories. Right. So saying free quotes, I can get a free quote online, guys. I can get a free quote. I can run into a dude at a BNI and get a free quote. But what about your service makes things different? Why would I buy it from you? And those are the stories that we want to tell. And we want to tell them every day, all day, every day. I met with Brad today and his wife, and they have a new beautiful baby. And they
That's
are
true.
trying to figure out their health insurance. And these are the steps that we took. And this is the peace of mind that I brought them. And this is how easy it is to work for me. That's the story you want to tell. People have to be able to see themselves in your story, because if they don't see themselves in your story, they're going to continue to scroll through.
I love that. I love that. And just so the audience can hear, because I've heard you say it a few times, what happens when because there's something that happens when an agent posts something about free quotes. Isn't there something that happens?
Oh, all the way over here in Montana, a little piece of my soul dies every time.
And a little
It just,
angel loses their wings, right?
yes. And look at my beautiful family. Look at what you guys are doing to my whole family behind me.
uh, yeah,
It's so sad.
you can't post that stuff. Now, so you say share kind of the story of the day to day and things, what's going on. Are you proposing they do that on video? They do that in written form? What's the best? And by the way, Joe Campert, if you're looking at the comments here on the right hand side, Sandra, if you're seeing the one that says Facebook user,
Oh yeah.
that's Joe Campert. He knows the rules. He knows how to allow StreamYard to see his identity, but he's trying to fly under the radar. But he's not that sneaky, because over here I can see his comments, and he's hyping you up. But Joe, let StreamYard
Joe.
see your identity. Come on.
Yes. Come on. You've done this enough.
Then we can throw you up here, and you're not just Facebook user. See?
Yeah. We could even
see. Here's the instructions, Eric. Here's the instructions.
Do what Eric says. Everybody do what Eric says, and then tell us when you've done it. Be like, so say I'm a little smarter than Joe in the comments if you're on here and you let StreamYard come through.
I'm a little bit smart, just that much smarter than Joe. That's all. So you say share the story. Is that typically in written form, in video form? What's your give us some actionable items. I want agents leaving this stream or watching the recording of this, getting off of it with something to do. Like they need to do something differently, maybe more of the same if they're already posting daily like this, but share some of the brass tacks of what to actually do.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I want you guys to do. Okay, and then
Boom.
I come back and we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna see who's doing it. And I'm just gonna tell you guys. Sometimes I'll just reach out to somebody and be like, I'm gonna put you in my program because you're kicking ass and I want to see it.
Woo.
So make sure that you're following through on stuff. Make sure you're commenting on this. Make sure you're tagging Brad. Tag me and videos that you're putting out. There he is. I see you now, Joey.
Boom. Look at him.
So
Joe
Joe
Camford,
knows.
everybody.
Joe's gotten a few screenshots from me. Like I'll just coach you from the side. I'll just send screenshots and be like, hey, do this, but change it a little bit. So if I see you trying, I'm going to help in any capacity that I can. Okay. And then that's not bullshit. That's how I roll. I can't help but coach. So this is what I want you guys to do. It's going to be one step. We're not going to go through the 5x5x5 or anything like that. What we're going to go through is simple steps that I want this group to take. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to post an end of day wrap up every single day. So right now you've got what, 15 days? Is that what we decided, Brad?
Yep, 15 days roughly.
15 days before we kick off. So every day, starting today, and people discount these videos. This is a training course. If you try to get me and Brad onto a call, just one-on-one, I know on my side it's probably going to cost you $1,000.
A lot of wallet. You'd have to break out a lot of wallets.
Yeah.
A lot of different wallets with a lot of different monies.
Yes. So it's important. I see you got the big bills on the outside too. So it's a little cowboy trick.
That way they can't know how much is actually in there, you know?
So that's an old cowboy joke. See, you got the big bills on the outside. Anyway, so what we're going to do is an end of day wrap up. And if you're watching videos like this, say, hey guys, I was pouring into my education today to become a better agent to help you. Anytime you're watching something like this, anytime you're watching a YouTube video that does not involve a cat, you're working on your education.
Never watch a YouTube video involving a cat.
If you're reading a book, anything that you're doing to make yourself a better human every single day, let people know that, because we assume that people know that we're always hustling, we're always learning, we're trying to better ourselves, but really only the other people in your circle of influence that are doing it know it, right? I expect Brad to be reading books. I expect Brad to be going to seminars. I expect him to do that.
Fun fact, I can't actually read, so I listen to books.
Oh, I love listening to books. Yeah, I've got I've listened to almost 5 months worth of Audible.
All right.
I just finished a book that Brad recommended.
When you're listening to Audible, I don't know if you already do this or not, but pro tip is to speed it up to like 1.25 times or 1.3 times. Or if you're like a really fast listener, you can go 1.5 times and it's like, fly through it. That's the secret.
That one doesn't work. My wheels are going too fast. I got that old school ADD.
Puts it on 0.5. Sandra puts it on 0.5. It talks ultra slow.
Yes.
Power Lunch series is like, okay, I got it.
That next level mind-blowing book that you recommended to me, I kept like going back and re-listening to chapters because I'm doing dishes and stuff. Well, it's so good. Anyway,
what was the name of that book again? A First Rate Madness. Okay, yes. So if you are a little crazy like me, clearly like Sandra, I guess, because she related to this book. It's called A First Rate Madness. It's a great book, and it talks about how all the greatest leaders were absolutely insane. So hey, I'm okay with being insane now.
Yeah, you have to go into it with an open mind without feeling attacked. But it was. I love Joe being. Look at you go, Joe.
Joe's like taking notes for us, man.
He is. Yeah,
thanks, Joe. Hey, while Joe's posting there, it gives everybody else the freedom to tag somebody who needs to see this, because what Sandra's talking about here is for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're a health agent, doesn't matter if you're a life agent, Medicare, even if you're, thinking about getting into insurance, this strategy right here is going to be the one thing that you can do for free that's going to supercharge your business in the beginning, the middle, the end, at whatever, phase you're at. And so I challenged Sandra before this to see how many people that she could get y'all to tag in the comments, because man, it is work. Like, hey, we don't show up. We show up here for free to train agents, to help out, to give value however we can. The only thing we're asking for in return is just to throw some comments in there with some friends, family, loved ones, anybody and everybody. that needs to see this, tag them in the comments. Thanks, Joe. Joe's so good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sandra.
I want to say, yeah, everybody do that. Clayton, I see you. I'll just start calling you guys all out by
There you
name,
go.
but it is important. And you guys, I want to just take a break real quick here. At the end of the day, wrap up is what we're talking about. But you guys keep in mind, like he's saying, you can do this is marketing. You can do this for any business. My little brother doesn't listen to me ever. Started listening to me. He has a plasma table. He cuts really cool signs out, and he has a metal art business that he has ran 100% organically. He's been featured on the news multiple times. He was just nominated for 40 Under 40. He has never ran an ad, never done anything. It's all organic social media. He brought people into his story and they want to buy, they know, like, and trust him, and they want to do business with him. And that's what we're creating. So every day we're going to do an end of day wrap up. We're going to talk about the education we did today. We're going to talk about how many appointments we set up. We're going to talk about what we did to make health insurance more accessible to other people. We're going to talk about one little tiny piece of a policy or one little tiny thing that somebody needs to know about health insurance. What's the difference between what'd you say earlier, Brad? I have no idea how my health insurance works.
ACA and private. Yeah. Affordable Care Act and Obamacare.
So you can even break down acronyms, right? Like ACA means Affordable Care Act. If you have any additional questions on that, let me know, right? So
Absolutely.
One little tiny thing that you can tell people, this is why you need to work with me. And the number one thing I hear from people, and Brad, this will probably hurt you, I don't want to be too salesy.
Oh,
right. That's
horrible.
how you guys, you can't be too salesy. Okay.
Can't.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys something that might hurt some of your feelings, but here's the deal. You have a moral duty and an ethical duty to let every single person you know that is in your reach, whether they are friends with you on Facebook or friends with Joe Campert and he's tagging you and stuff and seeing it, you have a moral responsibility to let everybody know that you sell health insurance, any other products you sell, and how you can help them. Because here's the deal. Somebody like me, I bought my own health insurance on the internet, did a kick-ass job at it. When I had Gage, they told me Gage was a pre-existing condition, you guys. That's my son.
Oh no.
I was like, I literally made him from scratch. He's not a pre-existing condition. And I had to fight and fight and fight. I had nobody to turn to. And that's tens of thousands of dollars. I actually lost. There's a lot of stuff for Gage that I paid out of pocket because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing with my health insurance. Now, if I was on your friends list and I knew that you sold health insurance, and I did, you guys can bet your ass I did. I went back and I was like, why didn't you tell me that you did this? Why did you let me do this? Because you don't want to be too salesy? Come on.
It's true. It's very, very true.
It's not okay.
So what do you say to those that maybe are like a little scared to do that, or I find that a lot of people just aren't comfortable getting on video. Like what do you do to kind of push people over the edge?
So that's another one of my favorite things to talk about. So being on video can be very intimidating, and sometimes we don't know.
Yes, there is vodka in this cup. Okay, for everybody wondering, it's Friday.
To make coffee.
I'm just kidding.
But you're not, and you haven't slept in a couple of weeks, right?
Maybe. No. Oh my gosh, Sandra, my baby sleeps like a freaking charm.
Does he?
Like,
awesome.
Oh my goodness. And listen, like some people are just blessed, and I'm blessed. Like I am extremely thankful for another baby that sleeps. We may have like 6 children by the time we get done, because every time we make one, they sleep so good. We went out to dinner last night as a family, and this older couple was like, "Your boys are so well behaved." I'm like, "Thanks. He's a week old. He's really learning fast." Like,
and he's got the really cool hairdo. Like he came out like,
gosh, he's got so much freaking hair.
Days.
So much hair. Yeah, imagine the heartburn that my wife had to go through.
I love it.
Anyways, so all right. What are your favorite topics?
The number one thing that I'm like Tim Grover. The number one thing. I love to compare myself to Tim Grover. Anyway,
hey, you're just like
what you have to do is you have to realize that when we're having conversations on any social media platform, Facebook, in these groups, anything, you're replacing networking in real life. So you have to have a conversation. You can't just be like heart emoji. You know, you have
Or
to
care emoji if
use,
you're Joe Camper.
yeah, you have to use 2 to 3 sentences and have a conversation with people, and that will help you spark, what should I post about? And how do I let people know what's going on? Well, we all go to the easy, call me for a free quote. You should reach out to me, right? Because but imagine yourself, and I tell people, just literally close your eyes and think, okay, I'm walking up to Steve at a networking event. How do I tell him that I sell insurance? How do I start that conversation? And once you get that kind of muscle moving in your head, then you can start that conversation just with your post, and that's what you're doing. You're starting a conversation. You're not just throwing information at people. Okay. The other thing I'd love to do, and this is how, there's this guy at Redwood that used to not like to do live videos. You guys see him all the time is because of me. Because we'll do things. We'll grab in training courses, we'll grab like this skeleton and be like, give me a piece of content. Brad, let's do it to you right now on the fly.
Let's do
Everybody
it.
loves this
Let's
game.
do it.
So this is Gage's skeleton, or
I
pumpkin as
love
he
it.
calls it. Everything with Halloween is a pumpkin. So how could you make a post around this skeleton?
Did you know that the human body consists of 157 different bones? And if you break this bone right here, and it's an accident, you might want to have an accident policy, because it can fill the gap between 0 and whatever your deductible is and leave you with only $250 out of pocket. Boom.
Nailed it.
I don't know how I do.
So that's great. That's great. And
I was going to go
say,
Halloween, but I figured we wanted to keep it like more insurance based. I was going to go to some like Halloween decoration type thing, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, and you can go, so, and that's the beauty about this, is it doesn't matter what line of insurance you sell. Joe Camper with PNC can talk about having kids come up to your house and there being a crack in your sidewalk and you not being covered because you have the coolest decorations in the neighborhood, right? So you want to really start, it's a silly exercise, but you can start thinking about content everywhere. Like
I knew someone would know how many bones are actually. I was damn close, 156. I thought I would be way off.
And that's perfect. I love that happened, because here's the deal, Brad. If you did a video like that, or even a static post with you holding the skeleton, people are going to go in and correct you.
Yeah.
A lot of times I misspell things, sometimes intentionally, most of the time not intentionally, because you know what? People love to correct you. So let them get in there and correct me. It's great.
But guess what? They'll never know if it was intentional or
Yes.
not intentional. You just always say it was intentional either way.
Yes, exactly. So having
pointed it out, now you get the point. Felt that so that you would comment, because now it's working the algorithm.
Yes, exactly. Let's talk about skeletons and health insurance. So it's really being a little bit creative. So you have to put your creativity hat on. The other side with video, especially my gals. Are there any gals on here? Give me like a hey girl, hey.
We got I know Darla was here. I know we had
tag your girlfriends, not your girlfriend. Because that gets awkward.
It's hard every time I try to click in the comments. Yeah, we've got a few ladies here.
And it works regardless. Women, I mean, the truth is it takes us longer to get ready for a live video. It really does. I'm super sick today. I have like this huge rash on my face, so I've got my whole doctor kit right here.
You didn't even have to do your hair or anything. Like I'm in my work from home attire. I washed my golf cart earlier this morning in this outfit.
Yes.
Now here I am.
So. Guys are just like, boom, let's roll. But everybody likes to have some sort of little prop. So for me, it's the red lipstick. I feel pulled together if I have red lipstick on. Now, if there was about 30 seconds where I was like, well, I'll just shoot this outside and I'll wear the Ray-Bans, right? You'll see me in a lot of my live videos outside, the lighting splattering. And if I don't have makeup on, then boom, pair of sunglasses, I'm up and going. Another thing, if you're tired, and this works for both men and women, sometimes guys' eyes are puffy and they care about it. Some of us are getting a little older, longer in the tooth. Blue light glasses are perfect for that, because you can't really see your eyes. You can see the screen a little bit in them. So those are little tips if you're feeling like you're not your most beautiful for the day. Okay. Now people say, well, I can't go live because the kids are running around. People love that, right? A dog's barking, kids are running around, a kid jumps on your lap during a live video. That's great. It makes you relatable. You
If that
guys,
happened to
it's
me, we would have some real issues because my baby's 1 week old, and if he ran and jumped in my lap, I would be like, I made a freaking
nailed it.
1 week old, he just jumped into my lap. I have a tip for that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good all the time. You can also do Botox, right? And if
Yes.
you can't afford Botox, then you can buy a health matching account, right? Which is what I sell, and that can actually be used for Botox, cosmetic procedures, you name it. It's a great product. So there's a little advertisement in the midst of it. But Botox helps too.
That's a huge video right there. If you guys, if your audience is 40 to 50-year-old women, boom, you just nailed that. Get a pair of, if you have a Samsung, I don't know what to tell you in life. If you have an iPhone, get a pair of iPods. Don't get a pair of AirPods.
iPods?
Don't get a pair of iPod.
You mean AirPods?
AirPods. Call them iPods.
Those are those old things we used to listen to music with. Remember?
Those were, get these AirPods. An iPod's not going to get you anywhere in life. Or,
as my dad calls them, earpods.
Yes, that's even cooler. Get a set of those. Get a set. These are Bose. Black Friday, y'all. It's coming up. Get the right equipment when it comes to headphones. I'm not saying you need to go buy a bunch of cameras. You don't need to do a bunch of that other stuff. But I bought the AirPods. I bought the generic ones at Walmart, that are $75. Saved myself $75. Bought like 6 different pairs of wireless headphones. I could have bought 3 pairs of the good ones and went on with my life. But get good headphones. Okay. Funny story for the gals out there. These were my favorite. These I've worn. I've taken these everywhere. They're high quality. And my hair started to break. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love your new haircut." It was actually because my hair started to break from the top of these. So that's why we cut the bangs, and it ended up being working out really well. And
I mean, talk about functional beauty. It's like,
right?
It's like, yeah, this looks good, but it's also functional for my headset. Like,
exactly, right? We're digital marketers.
That's when you really know that you're putting your work and life in the perfect balance. Like if you can get your hair, I mean, I love it. I love it. I think I'm going to grow my hair long so it covers up the AirPods so you don't have to see it. And then it's more aesthetically pleasing, and I'll have long, luscious locks.
You're just like,
I'm like losing my hair. So.
Yeah. So be careful. If you don't have a bunch left up here, careful with the over the head headphones. It'll add up
get ear pods for that.
I love that. I'm going to call them earpods for the rest of my life now. But that's the one investment that I would say to make in your digital marketing efforts is a good set, because you sound better. You don't have to get the microphones, and you don't have to be in one spot, you guys. I have every now and then I'll have a student get really brave, and they'll be like, "Okay, I have the perfect," and they'll be like, "So Brad, I'm here to give you my end of day update. And what I did today was I talked to Brad." And then you have to bring your personality into it, right? Yeah. You have to have a little bit of fun. And that's why the last key I'm going to make here, one take live, go live. If you're in a situation where you can't go live, maybe you're by the airport, record the video, but everything we do is in one take. Training calls, everything needs to be live, because what you're going to do is it's going to become a chore. Joe Camper, give me a yeah, girl. It's going to become a chore, right?
Yeah, girl.
And then you're like, I don't like the way that my bangs look. I don't like the way that my arms look. I don't like the way that 100%. What are all these cards on the back? Those are all my thank you cards I keep hanging up on my wall, right? So bring you into it, and you guys know. I don't care if this is your first day, if you just passed your licensing, or if you've been doing this for 100 years, you know more than the general public. Just passing your exam makes you know more than the general public, right? I passed mine.
You did.
So I do know some stuff.
And we've been trying to recruit you ever since.
Yeah.
You're getting all of my texts and emails and all of that.
But remember that you have value to bring into the world. And I do hate the word value overall. I feel like it's getting devalued. So I want to expand
How
on that. So
ironic.
when when I say that you have value to bring, you have a story. You have a certain way that you do business, whether it's Zoom calls, whether you're still meeting people in person, whether you only take phone calls, or whether you only sell over text. It doesn't matter. The way that you do business is special, right? Go back to Dr. Seuss. Go back to kindergarten. Everything we do is special. Okay. So let people know I am the best at Zoom calls. I'm freshly licensed, but I have this incredible upline. I have Brad Hannon's group where I can go in and ask a question anytime. You guys, these groups are so extremely powerful. Doesn't mean you get to go in and ask the same question, because you can go in and search it. But
Good call.
think
Good
about
call.
that. Like, how many people, even myself, I was licensed 6 years ago, and I'm like, I have a question. And then I'm like on hold with Allstate, it could be 3 days before I get an answer, and they don't know. But now you have these groups that you can go into and you can say, hey, all of you really smart people, I have a question. So lean into that.
I love
That's
it.
my tip for new people. When I first started in digital marketing, I was like, you guys, I might not know everything, but my circle knows everything. And I will get you an answer, and I will get you an answer from somebody that's way smarter than me, because we're a community and we're here to help each other. So don't let me being licensed for a week deter you. Actually, I would say that you should work with me over anybody else, because I'm not scared to ask for help, right? And vice
And I
versa.
got a
If
lot
you've
more time than all those busy brokers.
right? So just go into it and let people know. Don't try to front. If you're renting a Lamborghini, you're doing it wrong, right? If you're flexing with these big checks, you're doing it wrong. You have to let people connect with you. Okay? Let them know. Let them know you have a family. This is the last thing, and I'll let you talk again, Brad.
No,
Stop
you're good.
saying
You got the
that,
floor.
right? And I'm a little edgy with this sickness today, so I'm just really
Love it.
going at you guys.
I
So
love
here
it.
we go.
I love it.
Stop saying you
This
want
is
your
the most
business.
important thing, though, guys. This one,
This
the
is the
other two
number
were the
one
most
thing.
important things until now. This is now the number one thing.
So continuing on with our list, number one, stop saying that you want your personal life to be personal and your business life to be business.
Gosh.
Okay. Your brand, your name is a brand, like it or not. Your social media platform is showing your business, like it or not. You need to be in control of that narrative. You need to let people know that you have a family, that you love knitting, that you like doing whatever you do, right? So, but we have to be smart about it, right? You're a business owner. Act like you want your employees to act, okay? So that doesn't mean that we go to the club. You can go to the club on Saturday night. Your health insurance people don't need to know about it. Okay.
I don't know.
Um,
Maybe they do. Maybe they like that. Maybe they should know.
it depends on how you present it. So
Of
nobody
course.
wants to work with somebody that's potentially hungover every day, right? But a lot of people, I encourage them to have events at breweries and things like that. But you have to let people know what you're all about. And if you're all about the club life, yeah, that might work. And you can get that audience, but that's
Whoa,
going
hang
to be
on
your
one second.
audience.
Hang on one second,
Hmm.
because I just came up with, listen, okay, this is on video, so I'm saying it's trademarked. Hops and health insurance.
Yes.
How about
Yes.
that for an event? We're
Yes.
doing that. If you're in Sarasota, Florida, get ready for the Hops and Health Insurance event coming to a brewery near you. Thank you, Sandra Gebhardt.
That's
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be amazing.
Would
I'm
you
gonna go
rather
there.
sit in a hotel seminar or go have a couple beers and learn about health insurance?
Love it.
Right?
That's amazing.
So be you. Have some fun. If you're having a fight with your husband or your wife, the world doesn't need to know about that. Um, if you're not feeling 100% right, like treat everything like it's your brand. Let people know. So Eric's already got the hashtag. He's gone on and got the YouTube channel started.
I'm texting my buddy. I'm already texting my buddy right now that runs a brewery.
Yep. Here's the next level idea for you, Brad. Get a PNC agent involved in it.
Oh yeah.
So have him invite his book, you invite your book, and you guys co-market through that entire thing. And now you're getting eyes on a fresh audience, people that have been following you. You're getting referrals over here. It's nonstop. It's all just mix it around,
I love
right?
it. I love how
Joe
Joe's
took
with
his
the number ones all the whole
yeah.
way too. Like he's
I love it.
with us.
Joe, if you follow Joe, you know, he did the same thing with Majori's, right? He just showed up at Majori's and then now he like owns a place, I think. I don't
What's
know.
Majori's? I don't even know
It's
Majori's.
it's where he does his ATX hangouts.
Ah, gotcha.
So he called the guy. He's like, "Hey, I want to do some co-branding with you. I want to do these events." And then I think he had like 2 people show up, and now he's got like people flying in. I think Cody flew into one. I think you have you
So
done
cool.
one yet?
No,
I mean,
I have not, but I am going to.
we'll take it over in
Promise, Joe.
January.
Promise,
We'll
Joe.
just show up there. So these local businesses are a great place to be. So kind of think about that, you guys. Like, how can I take my personal brand, the things that I enjoy doing, and bring that into my business? Okay. Now sometimes your family is not going to be okay with you posting. My husband wasn't thrilled about me posting things with him all the time and stuff. He was okay with it because he knew we were making money off of it. Gage is 3. He doesn't have much to say, but parents, stop posting things about when your kids have a hard time. Think about their employee. Like if Gage wants to write insurance for Brad, I don't want him to be able to go back and be like, well, I saw when you were 4, you had a real fit in the middle of a grocery store, and here's the naked picture of you in your bathtub, right? Like, treat your kids like the marketing tools they are, and show them some respect. Now, asterisks. If we have any men or women on this call right now that are for safety reasons, they were in a prior bad relationship, they can't put their name, their face, and their brand out on social media, message Brad. If you can't find me, message me. I will help you 100% for free do your digital marketing in a way that keeps you 100% safe. I've done it for a few people in the past. I'll do that at no charge. It's one-on-one, and we'll get you going so that you're not
Wow, I love
handicapped
that. That's so cool.
by that.
And do you do that mainly through like do you build like an agency brand then and just post behind the agency brand? Is that kind of what you do for
No,
like that?
we still keep a personal brand up front on it, because here's the deal. Your agency page, your agency brand, all of that stuff, you're going to get 1% reach at best. The way that Facebook pages, a lot of us that started in digital marketing, we used to be able to post from pages and you would get sometimes a larger reach than your personal profile. But when Facebook went public, what happened was the Facebook pages then became it's a pay to play platform. So your business page itself acts like a yellow pages, which we explain to some of our younger people, but you want to build that know, like, and trust with people. And then when they want to make a buying decision, they should be able to click directly over to your page, have your phone number, your email, your address, any way that they want to get a hold of you.
Love that. That's awesome. So I have something real quick that I want to throw in there because it's just happened to me last night. And this is really from Joe Camper did this as well. There's a local marketing or a local group here in our Sarasota community called Sarasota Word of Mouth. There's always people asking about health insurance, and I'm always tagged in it, but I'm always tagged in it along with, 20 other agents, some good, some bad. And so what I did was I took it upon myself to reach out to the admin of that group and say, hey, listen, I love your group. I want to help educate your group. It doesn't have to be anything in it for me necessarily. I just want to give back to your group, and how can I help you, and blah, blah, blah. So I joined his networking group on like a Tuesday afternoon Zoom webinar or, networking thing. And he's going to let me post some of my Back to the Basics series, which is helping consumers select the right options for themselves, whether they go through me or not. And it's just pure value, not to use that devalued term value, but just promoting educational content. And he was totally cool with it. And so one of these days, I'll just be an admin of that group too, just like Joe Camper and his groups. And, that is something that, what we're talking about here will lead into once you get familiar with posting and you're doing your daily recap, you get so used to it. It becomes you're doing everything in one take. So it doesn't become a chore. You're going to realize that it's going to open up other opportunities like, the group thing. And you will feel comfortable saying, hey, I'm going to put myself out there because you're doing it all the time anyways. You know what I mean? It's not that different. It's not that difficult once you show up consistently. And I will attest to what Sandra's saying about the one take thing. Y'all can ask Eric. He's in the comments. When I don't do it in one take, it's usually like 20 takes. But when I do it, you know, like it's never just you didn't do it in one take, so you do it one more time, because that just creates another time, and that creates another time, and that creates another time. You just keep looking for something to be wrong, and you just got to get on video and screw up a little bit, have a little fun, add your own personal flair in there, and it'll become easier, and you'll have an audience eventually too. You know, I know it's sometimes difficult to get on and go live and only one or two people are watching, but that thing's going to be replayed. And, you know, when you can start to learn how to connect with your audience, you can get people to comment and tag people, which we did pretty good on this one. We were at like 62 comments, Sandra. So I think it's I think it's you helping out, but we're not in the triple digits yet, so we've got to get into triple digits. But anything else? We had one question come through real quick. Let me see. This was actually Robert, I believe, Robert Long. He said, I'm thinking about starting a social digital networking program to get my name out there. Any tips? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. What do you got on that?
So the first thing is stop thinking about it.
Love that.
I did a live video the other day called Getting Ready to Get Ready for What? Like, like what are we all getting ready for? Make it happen. I got to plug my computer in. So the first thing is to pull the plug. Go. Go.
As she's putting the plug in.
As I'm plugging in my, I did pull the plug at the beginning of this on accident.
Love it.
To get excited. And the next thing, Facebook is the most easy to manipulate. Facebook is the easiest platform to get into and start adding people. You guys think about this. If I told you that I would get you a digital billboard and every single day you could update it as many times as you want, and we're going to drive 5,000 people that are your perfect client by that billboard, and they can see videos of you, you can tell them whatever you want, and it changes every single day, all the time. You would pay thousands of dollars to have that billboard, right? Because that's how we're trained. Like, I need a bus bench ad, I need a billboard, and I need a license, and then I'm going to kill it, right? But that's what Facebook is. You can add 5,000 ideal clients that have to add you back, right? And then you can tell them whatever you want every single day. Get that personal profile. That's not even the name of it. It's just your profile. We started calling it our personal profiles. So you have to get that this is for personal. This is to connect with my aunts and uncles and my old high school friends. If your old high school friends aren't buying insurance from you, call them on the phone. Get them off your feed, right? Put on your friends list 5,000 people that want to buy insurance from you, that want to be a referral partner, that want to help you grow and get better. The number one thing that we all struggle with is, as we start to scale in our business, as we start to scale in our own mindset, as we start to grow, we start to outgrow people, right? And you're like, how do I get in front of these other people? I'm in Roundup, Montana. How do I get connected with Brad Hannon, right? Like, how do I even do that?
I can't believe I'm connected with somebody from Roundup, Montana. It's just still blowing my mind.
It's exciting.
Right.
The way we do it is we bring those people into our circle of influence the same way we would as if we were planning an event or a networking event, right? So Robert, I think, go and start adding people on your Facebook friends list that you want to do business with, that are in that next level, your ideal clients. Right? If you don't know who your ideal clients are, that's a whole different training that we'll have to do. But you should know who you want to work with, and then go and find them. Go and find the people that are going to make you better, right? I put out a goal in June of this year that I wanted to speak on 6 stages. I'm booked all the way through July of last year because I started bringing in all these incredible people like Brad and well, Joe and I already knew each other, but I'm meeting all these people that are having conferences, and they're saying, wow, you have stuff to say. Let's get you involved in our conference. And it's just leveling me up. So if you can't find those people, if you're from a really small town, or if you don't know what events to go to, you have it all right here on Facebook. Get involved with people, see how you can help them. When I say, how you can bring them value, what we mean by value is educate, help, solve problems for them, be supportive for them, right? Help them help you, right? How can you help somebody else grow their business? And that's what you want to look at. Facebook is the easiest to do that because the way the algorithms work. When you get into Instagram, then you have to work on hashtags. It's much more of a visual component. So you're fighting with a lot of what Instagram's influencers look like. And it's a little bit of a different platform. But I also don't want you guys to get hung up on the numbers, because I was just telling Brad and some other people in a group chat the other day, I have like 1,300 followers, but I have 1,300 strategic followers that are doing business with me, that are starting conversations with me, that we actually aren't connected on Facebook because they don't use that platform. Yep, Joe has killed it with hashtags, right? Hashtags are getting really, really popular on Facebook. Find a good hashtag you like and keep using it. Joe owns Insurance Done Right. I own Insurance Marketing Done Right. So, but the biggest thing is to whether you're getting ready for open enrollment, whether you're getting ready to read that crazy book Brad suggested, whether you're getting ready to start into Facebook, you want to get into speaking, whatever you want to get into, our biggest thing is we have to stop getting ready to get ready. We have to you just have to go, right? Cody Askin says all the time, details delay, and there's not a truer statement out there. Just go. And you're going to screw up. It is okay. I had a big YouTube interview a few weeks ago that I completely screwed it up, but we've got like 3,000 views on it. So it's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is life or death.
I love it. And one of the things that I'll say about the, just consistently showing up and screwing up and doing all of these things, it is a whole lot easier when you have a tribe, when you have a community, when you have people around you that can laugh about it with you. So, just make sure that you're not doing it alone. I had a conversation and I posted about it last night. I was a little heated. I actually posted kind of just the very PG version of it, but I was so annoyed because this person locally she had been tagged in something that I had been tagged in about individual health, and she traditionally did group and some other stuff through Brown & Brown, and I'm like, oh, you do individual now? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh man, well, we should connect. I'd love to see if I can help you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I tried, you didn't ever get back to me. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I said, well, I've got all the I've got all the top level contracts. I've got all of the, tools and resources. Would love to help you out. And she was like, no, thanks. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and she was selling anything and everything. Her literal statement back to me was, if you can think it, we can sell it. And I thought, well, that really, a lot of times, and I'm not going to judge, but I will say that I'm going to judge. And a lot of times that means that you're not selling shit.
You have
because you have no focus, you have no specialty, you have nothing unique. You have all of the contracts, and you can just plug somebody in when needed, right? You're an order taker at that point in time. So anyways, before I get down in that rabbit hole, make sure that you surround yourself with people, right? Insurance can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be, right? And a good community is worth, its weight in gold. They're going to help lift you up. I, to be honest with you, struggle often about the digital marketing stuff. And man, is it really, the favorite thing that I get is, hey man, your content's helped me out so much. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, great, man. I really appreciate you letting me know. I'm really excited about that. I do really, truly enjoy hearing that. But then when it's followed with, it's helped me out so much that I decided to go contract with this agency over here or do this. And I'm like, wow, okay, well, I guess it didn't help you enough to want to work with me. And so sometimes that happens, and that's okay. And I'm not for everybody, so that's all good. But the struggle is real sometimes, but because I get those people reaching out and say, hey, it's helped me a lot, thankful, whatever it looks like, that those people are the reason that I keep going, right? And people like Sandra, watching Sandra give back to the industry, watching Joe give back to the industry, watching, leaders in this space make this space better, really just encourages me. So we'll wrap up with that about having a tribe. You absolutely want to have a circle of influence that are helping to push you and motivate you and drive you to be better. So I really thank you, Sandra, for jumping on. It's always a pleasure. We'll have to get you on again before open enrollment starts, and we'll dig a little deeper. But where can people find? I know that you have a really affordable program. I know that what you're teaching really works, and I'll get behind it anytime that I can. Where can people find you outside of just on Facebook? Like how can people get involved in the programs you're running?
I do just want to say one more thing about
no
about
one
reaching.
more thing. Sorry.
I'm gonna do it anyway, and you have to cut the 15. When it comes to reaching out to people that are leaders in the industry, right? People that are running groups, or people like Brad or Joe, I want everybody to keep in mind that everybody is trying their hardest to help, to bring education, to help people scale their business, to give tips and lift each other up. But you do have to realize that if somebody doesn't answer one of your messages, it very likely is that they get a shitload of messages. So myself, I go anywhere between 700 and 1,000 direct messages in a week. Okay.
Whew.
So it doesn't mean that I'm not answering your direct message. It doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention to you. It means that that's a lot of messages to go through. But on the other side of it, don't be scared to reach out. Okay. Because we do want to talk to you. But if you reach out and you're all take on the take, right? So you have to do it the same way you would in real life. And that brings everything back full circle. How would you start a conversation with somebody in real life? Does that person seem direct? Does it seem like somebody that wants to have a lot of small talk? You have to think about all of this stuff, but don't be scared to reach out. But then if your message isn't answered, just give it a little, hey, I just wanted to remind you, I know you're super busy, but I was wondering if maybe we could chat about this when you have some free time. So you have to be brave, but then you also have to be understanding that people are busy. You're busy, we're busy, everybody's busy. So have a little bit of grace when it comes to all of that stuff. And you can, I love that. Stop getting ready to get ready. Stop stopping is the term I use. Stop stopping. You guys can find me on my website, sandragebhardt.com. It's DT at the end. Also super responsive on Facebook. If you send a friend request, click follow on there too. I'm trying to get my friends list filled up. But yes, I do have the program, $50 a month, and this is what we talk about is organic social media marketing. Love to have anybody come chat with me about it. And yeah, Joe's in 175 groups now. That's awesome.
It's wild.
He's got those
He needs
groups
to
figured out.
clone himself.
Oh, last tip. I've been wanting to say this tip. When people tag you and stuff, Brad, anybody that's on here, if they tag you in one of those groups, like a customer service, talk to Sandra Gebhardt about your insurance, pick up your phone and do a video message and be like, Travis, I'm so excited to talk to you. This is how our office does things. Don't just drop a Calendly link, right? You're not taking people to bed on the first date. Get on your phone and do a video message. On the other side, if you have a referral partner that you're trying to tag and stuff, like, oh, you guys need to talk to Brad Hannon. You need to talk to Brad Hannon. Do a video message. Say, hey, holler at my boy Brad Hannon. He is amazing. He's going to get you set up with everything you need. I've worked with him. I send people to him. I love it. Do a video message, because how many of those do you see in those long comments? Zero.
I love that.
See zero of them.
It also pays. It also pays to have content that you've created for that specific purpose already, because, and it doesn't, it's not as personal. So you may want to throw a personal touch in there. But like when I was tagged in that thing yesterday for somebody looking for health insurance, and it was my local community, I said, hey, there's a lot of great options here. I didn't say, hey, screw everybody else. I said, hey, there's a lot of great options here. I personally know a lot of the agents that are tagged here. Great, great agents. Here's a video that I created specifically for consumers and selecting the best option for your family. Hope this helps, right? And so then I've already added some value. I've already given that person something, right? And now I can reach out to them directly, and I bet you I have a much higher shot at getting that sale than the other person, right? It also pays to not be starving for a deal and have to like send 10 messages like, hey, I was tagged in that thing. Hey, did you get this? Hey, do you want a quote? Hey, free quotes. We do free quote. Like, you don't want to come off desperate like that. So,
well, and what I find
chasing, you lose.
Is if you handle it the right way, like you're saying, then you get 5 or 6 other people. Like usually don't get the person that asked. Usually end up getting like 5 or 6 other people that were watching the thread, looking for 100%. It.
I'm showing Joe's.
Go, Joe, go. I saw some other of the people. Now, everybody tell us we did a good job. We're going to do like Matt. Everybody say we did a good job.
We need to hear it.
Just like Matt Murray.
Otherwise,
in the comments.
Into my hands.
We did a seminar together, Brad and I, with Joe and Victor Gonzalez, and Matt Murray was there. And he was at the end. He was like, "All right, everybody, clap for me. I know I did good." It was just the
there?
best thing.
I wasn't
Huh?
there. It wasn't the Rising
Yeah,
Stars workshop.
yeah, it was the Rising Stars workshop when Matt got done
Oh,
talking.
you're telling the audience. I thought you were
Yeah,
telling me. I
yeah,
thought you were telling me. I'm like, why is she telling? She's like, we
I
did
was
this
there.
event, and I'm like, I was at that event. Did you forget? I guess I wasn't very
I was talking
memorable.
to the people in the comments over here.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, this has
Clap
been
for
a
us. We did a
blast.
good job.
Wish we could do it every single day. We'll stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if you want to find Sandra, you know where to find her. She's everywhere. In fact, she's probably already found you, so you don't even need to find her. But in the event that she didn't, I will also share one last thing, little tip. What Sandra did was not just add a person of influence, right? Like if she wanted to be friends with Brad Hannon, and Brad Hannon gets a lot of friend requests, she friend requested a lot of Brad Hannon's circle, and then friend requested Brad Hannon, and Brad Hannon accepted that friend request, which I thought was genius. And so, there's a strategy to this social media marketing, to the digital marketing stuff, and Sandra's got it going on. So thank you so much for sharing, Sandra. Hope some people will reach out and take part of your program. Now is a great time to do it as well, with the busiest season upon us. And also hope to see some of those that were in the comments posting their daily recap. I know I will. So thank you so much for that, Sandra.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Bye, guys.